like previously on X-Men. We'll just we'll all
There you go.
together. I'll do this. I'll do this, and then you start making the music.
But
It's already
you know,
live.
Oh, we're already live.
oh, I saw it.
Previously on X-Men.
Schwamp.
Schwab.
Oh god. So we've been talking about doing this for a little bit now, right? Like
At least 2 weeks. Yeah.
At least 2 weeks. We're like, yeah, just do it. Let's just do it. So episode 1 and 2 in the books, and then we all watched 3 this week, right?
I just rewatched 3.
I just
So it's
rewatched
fresh.
2.
Probably
Yeah.
I couldn't take screenshots from my laptop because it was like coming out black.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of protection. So I was trying to do it through my phone, but then I was like, well, I'm taking a lot of pictures on my phone of just the
They don't show
the
black on your
show.
phone too. I noticed. Like,
No,
when
I was actually taking a picture of my monitor.
Nice.
Got it.
Nice.
So I don't even know if that's worth like.
You should just
Pop
let
it
us
up.
stream it. Come on, just let us stream it without the audio.
Yeah, that would be that would be perfect. But like, so every episode seems like it's the intro. I mean, you wouldn't skip the intro, but there's the button there to skip the intro. But who does
Why?
that? That's
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
sacrilegious, right? Yeah, but every episode seems like there's something new that they put in like the new animations.
Yeah.
Like this week, what was it? It was Wolverine. It was like their first encounter with Magneto, Wolverine, Storm, and Cyclops, I believe, right?
And Magneto, even he had his whole like new outfit on, and he like leader of the X-Men type shtick.
Should we check in with the chat before we get?
Naturally.
Yeah, absolutely. Do it.
Yeah, a lot of people here actually for Saturday night.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Skip you.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Talking
Yeah,
X-Men. We're talking spoilers.
Yes, that is true. We should make that very apparent. This will be a spoiler-filled episode.
Yes,
We're gonna and to borrow a term, we're gonna dive in to to this episode for sure. I'm actually gonna pull up the episode so I can reference it as we go.
yeah.
So forgive me if you hear some audio for a hot second. There we go. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, let's check in with the chat first. We got Grumps,
What up, Grumps?
Hey.
Oh,
early
what's up,
back.
buddy?
What's up? Wing or lose? Hello. He's also asking behind Squadron or Boba Sentinels. Oh man, I should.
Daddy Sentinels.
That's-
The Daddy Sentinels.
Ooh, Daddy,
The Sentinel
Daddy
Daddies.
we should just call this episode Master Mold. Yeah. So.
Ooh, I like that.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Yeah.
Got Josh Brown. Hey yo, X-Men is going hard. Yeah, it really is.
Sure is.
Rel Colex. What up? Messy Photography.
What's up, Emma Kinney?
What's up, Messi?
What's up? Josh Brown, Clintastic 4.
Oh,
What up?
Clint wasn't
Oh,
going to miss an
man.
X-Men themed show.
Oh,
My
man.
man.
That wasn't.
We should bring in guests for like
Do it.
the following ones, all right?
I should
Oh, yeah,
What don't you just bring people in now if they want? No?
We could well, we could do that. Whoever wants to just like
There's no
put it in
rules.
the
There's
chat.
no rules to the first episode. We're just having fun.
Cal the Collector.
What's
Yeah.
up, Carlos.
Episodes
What
have
guy-
been great.
What guys? What guys? Who's here? What guys?
KJ Smith. What's up, peeps?
What's
My
up,
sister's
KJ?
watching.
What's up, Tenyo?
What up, Tenio?
Hey.
And I think we're all caught up. Everybody just chatting with each other.
Nice.
Yeah, so it opens up with Jean, right? Like she
No, it
wakes up.
starts. Oh, gotcha. Oh, we're past the intro. Okay.
Oh, wait, you have more to add to the intro?
Well, no. Well, so one thing I did notice in the intro that I wanted to bring up was, it starts with Magneto. We talked about that first reference. I feel like to the Shi'ar Empire in the intro, and they do that bishop with the mullet kind of flying through it type of thing. Like there are a lot of new little scenes in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they did the and I think someone mentioned it in the chat too. I think Josh Brown mentioned in the chat. They did the Jubilee into the fence, but it wasn't Jubilee.
Yes, it was what's his name?
Sunspot.
Sunspot.
Yeah. I got a super chat here. We got a super hat.
What's
Spoiler
up,
hats
Diggs?
on. Ooh.
Ooh, digs.
Machu. Is that just
Spoiler
a
hat?
spoiler with the little B2S on the side? Or
Ooh,
B2S in the front, little spoiler on the side? That could work.
I like it. I like it.
Could work. That could work.
In the font of the X-Men?
Oh, as long as we don't get our asses sued for it, sure.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Clintastic. I didn't realize that they took out Storm from the intro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof, that's gotta hurt.
It was we're gonna get into the whole as we progress, but
Yeah.
it was very interesting. Like for a show that is lightning fast in its storytelling, we missed. I mean, it's a big team, but
yeah,
we they just ignored so much of what made the first. Like again, just the first 2 episodes great now to set up this whole other arc,
right?
Which is great. I mean, we needed the development there, so.
So I do feel like Inferno was, I don't know, a bunch of issues.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they should have done Inferno for at least 2 episodes. Chu and I were talking about this. It should have been at least 2 episodes.
Right.
But I still like what they did in just the 1 episode.
It has been in the 3 episodes, it has been moving really fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They're not skipping a beat. They're not wasting any time. I don't even know if you are we even going to get any filler episodes because we only get 10 episodes.
I don't think they can waste it, man. Especially if they're hinting at Spidey cameos and all that stuff. Like, where are they going with it? Because these are big. Just the first 2 episodes, the whole Friends of Humanity. That is a massive season-long storyline if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if we're gonna get to Spidey at some point, I mean, that's just me keeping that hope alive. But if anything, it sounds like though. I don't know. They would just interact somehow. That's what I'm maybe leaning towards, as opposed to a story point.
1 episode for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
What's interesting is I pulled up the episode list just because I didn't know that we had specifically 10. But IMDb has the titles already for each episode.
They do. Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting is 4 is a part 1, 5 is something else, and then 6 is part 2.
All right.
Oh, so they go. Okay, so they go back.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if we're going to get... Oh, no, we're not. I thought maybe we'd get 2 episodes next week, but we're only getting 1.
No, we only get 1, but it's probably going to be it's going to be the story is from another person's point of view.
Yeah, completely not based on this synopsis. It's on her birthday, a nostalgic jubilee is forced to relive.
We're not going
well, fine. Fine. Actually, you're not wrong. You're correct, but it's not what I thought.
Angel. Nice. I want that figure so bad.
This guy slaps. FYI.
Pulse hasn't sent me. Pulse hasn't sent me it. I don't know why.
I just ordered that one.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now. Just as a quick toy, I figured if I was gonna unbox, we of course we're gonna talk toys. Yeah. In all of our discussions, I figured I'd open this X-Men, and holy crap, the wings. These are the best. Considering I complain so much about the Venom wings.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
These are amazing. This is so nice. This is I guess the closest thing. I've always really liked the Mythic Legion wings.
Mm-hmm.
It is really, these are so well done. These are so well done. I mean, he looks awesome, right? Look at that. Sorry. Okay. I didn't mean to distract.
Yeah.
Can we just talking about this episode, I don't know how you guys want to break it down, but I had some opinions.
Okay. All right.
The X-Men team really just dropped Jean Madeline when they found out she was a clone a little bit too quick.
Okay, so that's already in the beginning, right? So we can talk about that. When I was rewatching it, and this is something that I noticed when I first watched it, and it's how Beast was leading into it. I'm like, dude, have a heart.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I mean, do you think
you're not the real one?
Immediately assumed it was going to be Nefarious. It was going to be Mr. Sinister. He's the only guy that would be.
He didn't. Well, he realizes it after that whole speech.
That's true. So then, but yeah, they just went. They were like, "Oh no, this is get her out." No, thank you.
Well, but I mean,
Go ahead,
They
go ahead.
were literally like, the clone. They stopped calling her Jean.
Dude, Scott
Might
straight
as
like
well.
like she made the point, like, I'm still Nathan's mother.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
Scott, even in that initial moment, was like, oh,
Mm.
we're gonna have to think about this. Like, bro,
Hold on. Wait, put a pin on that for a second.
yeah.
The first thing, Jay Shot had something. He was about to say something before.
Well, first off, let me Bad Force. That was my youngest. Had decided to make an appearance. He was downstairs watching Mario, and my wife and daughter at the supermarket. He said he was freaking out because he forgot he thought he was home alone. So
Oh,
you know, yeah. So he might pop in every once in a while.
Hello.
Yeah. Just yeah. But what were we saying, Matt?
oh yeah. So like when they were like, oh, so she's the clone. Should we call her more
Jean Doe.
Jean Doe? And then he turns into Spiral to
Yeah.
raise up all the hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought I thought that was
Yeah.
funny because the joke fell flat with everybody else.
Everybody else.
So you
yeah.
see him in the background, just like slowly walk back and sit down, but all
But
his
he-
hands are still up.
Right.
That was when you do they do like a shot, the wide shot. He's in the background behind everybody. You still see the hands up.
Yeah.
like he's not.
Oh, man.
But Machu, you and I were talking about this in the car. This is kind of like an overarching thing, right? It's like they're like, oh, Jean just showed up. This is weird. This is clones. In any other show, they'd be like, what, a clone? This is crazy. This is a continuation from a show that has already run 7 seasons, that has already done
5
wild. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
this is not like they're like, oh, a clone. We're doing this now.
They've already been to space.
So so that's why I feel like there was no reaction to it, because it's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, we're doing this again. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, they might as well just call her Felicia because they were saying bye already. Like,
I love that you set up your own joke and then you knocked it down. That was really great, Chris. I love
That was
it.
good. That was good. I like it.
Really love it. So,
It's also they use a lot of like just still frames just to get the reaction, right? And what Yimbo was saying with Scott, it was just like she turns to Scott and he just has this dead stare.
Yeah. He had the action figure toddler face. Just
Yeah.
Just like she's like, tell him it's me, you know me, and like he just holds
I
the
did-
baby.
I really did like that she was like, Storm would believe me, even though like it, we know it turns out, but like I like that. Yes, Storm out of the entire group would have been the one like,
Right.
no, listen to her. Like we at least have to hear her out. Like she would have had
Right,
like
she's-
the empathy. Yeah.
Even though she's the most powerful one there, she's also probably the most compassionate one
yeah.
Mhm.
out of the team.
I still can't believe Scott though. That was messed up.
I was gonna say, you guys got like an episode and a half.
Hold
of
on.
him being
Oh,
a
yeah.
total badass, and then all of a sudden he's back to being Scott. So,
I mean, yeah. In the comic
We'll get to
books-
that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, in the
oh
comic
no,
books,
I was
he
gonna say
he
for
left
later,
her.
but
In the comic
Yeah.
books, he left her. So
Yeah.
Okay.
and the baby.
Well,
So
he kind of. It's not like
What?
he's stuck around here, you know. Oh,
But yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, are we? So okay, sorry, Matt. So Matt, do you want to like continue the progression? Because like otherwise,
Yeah,
I'm
we can
just
go
gonna be spitting
Yeah.
stuff like,
me too.
God, he Scott.
Yeah.
I don't know how fast a character has disappointed me as like just a character as a fictional human being, so quickly in one episode. All right, we'll get there. We'll get there.
yeah.
Toy Father wants to say something. Looks like.
Well, no, I felt like I saw this coming. Like
Yeah.
he was so badass in the first 2 episodes, and he was awesome. He'd redeemed himself, and I'm like, they're gonna do this storyline, and this storyline really doesn't make Scott
look-
look great at all. This is like when Scott just turns into pretty much the heel for like the rest of his like comic book career.
Just a deadbeat dad.
Mhm.
Dude, I love that you know the comics so well. Like I only know these stories from watching the show, so this is cool. Like for me to get a different take on it. Like when you were saying they did, Inferno should have been more than 1 episode. I was like, I didn't even know that was this storyline. Like I mean, I know the storyline, but like it's cool that you have this outside info. This is cool. I love we're gonna get a different take
Well,
on this.
Claremont didn't want to do this storyline because he wanted to keep Jean dead.
He wanted to keep Jean dead. He wanted to get rid of Scott. And so Scott was supposed to marry Madeline and just go away.
and then leave. Yeah.
and then they wanted to bring him back, so they retroconned everything and made him look like a jerk, basically.
Scott gonna Scott.
But see this, John. I'm gonna second your that. This is why I've been like all week. I'm like, are we doing it? Are we gonna do it? Because like I wanted to talk about this episode because I'm the same way. My knowledge base is some comic reading from childhood and then watching the show, and that's it. Like I haven't been up to date, so I know I get to pick you guys. You know, like your brains from the comic history. Yeah. So yeah.
So my biggest comic interaction with the X-Men is Age of Apocalypse. Like that is the only series that I can tell you that I read every spinoff, every like cover to cover. I remember all of it? Absolutely not. But like, you know, that was the only thing that I remember like reading. Everything else I was always like, I can't jump into this. That story's been going for so long already. Like it would always freak me out. So
yeah, at the time, Age of Apocalypse was so easy to jump into.
God, yeah, so good too.
Again, my sister was collecting all those.
Make you want to cry.
Also, I remember like what was it? Generation Next.
Oh
yeah. I got to read that because my sister was also, she collected all those, and that was also like the Phalanx arc, right? So that was season 5, which I'll admit I don't even think I watched season 5. I don't remember the animation being that bad.
Your sister might have the best line of the night. Scotty doesn't know the difference. The difference. He doesn't know the difference.
Somebody said something.
Beast kind of. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Beast kind of explained it away though with the line about the science or something. Yeah. So we'll get to that.
Then,
what was the thing about the cuck?
Omega Weapon 13 saying Cyclops acting like a cuck. I don't know, because it's like there's 2 genes there.
Right. Yeah. Like he's more in the deadbeat. It is a deadbeat reference. I mean, like I feel like that might be the harshest but most appropriate adjective because of his actions. And again, Josh Brown, like I can't be a part of this. Like that's the one what I was thinking of. Where like that was like, come on, man.
It was so weird. Yeah.
Go ahead. Lay it on us, Chris. Lay it on us.
Wait.
I don't know if we want to go into that progression. I don't know if we go into that progression. But that I think I talked to Machu about this.
Yeah, we were talking.
This was the best. This was the part where I laughed out loud like the most, was when Scott goes, "Don't you know what it feels like to be abandoned? Don't you all know?" And then he abandons his child. Like,
so like when he sent me that quote, and I won't leave my son. Don't you know what it feels to be abandoned? And then like I send him back a message. He's like, he walks out and he just turns to the team and says, "We're out of milk."
I need to go get some smokes.
Yeah, I gotta get some scratchers.
So when he says that, I didn't even realize this at the time, but when I was rewatching it again, he's like, "Don't you guys know what it feels like to be abandoned?" And I'm just sitting there thinking,
right?
Morph.
Yeah.
You abandoned him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so it's like way to break the generational trauma, the cycle of trauma, Scott. You really did a great job.
I can't be a part of this.
I mean, I do have to say though, like, I was really afraid they're gonna make him look like really bad, like in the
they could have made him look really bad.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad.
So what was that in the comics that you were thinking?
Comic books, he leaves the baby, leaves Madeline to go with Jean. Like just straight out leaves them.
Oof.
As opposed to I mean, straight up just leaves them too, but
he does.
I think Matt, you and I were
but
talking about this.
She leaves on her own volition.
That's true. She leaves on her own volition.
And they have to send them to the future.
He does leave 2 of them behind. Matt, you and I were talking about this in the car Friday when we were going during our failed toy hunt. Like he should have been, to make him not seem like an a-hole in this, he should have been like clawing to get to the baby, and then 2 of them should have been like pulling him out of the room, right? Like that's the way you make him look like he's not abandoning him. Yeah, now, I don't know if we had to save money on animation costs, so we just had this guy walk out by himself. Yeah, but
I think that's also a case, but also Scott being the leader, he also has to think logically. So that that being the best case scenario, he knows he has to let that happen, but he doesn't want to be there to watch it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think leader or not, right? As a dad, that kid comes first.
Yeah.
So,
But,
and
like-
he chose to walk out.
But like knowing that your son could probably has a better chance of surviving going into the future without you. But if he stays with you, he's gonna die.
No, yeah, no, like it's it's an impossible decision, and one
Right.
thankfully, one I'm sure hopefully all of us will never have to make. And Machu's now got into the future of technical problems, but yeah, like yeah, I get it, right? Like I get it it's the best decision for the team, but like again, like and the three of us, right? Like as a dad,
Yeah.
I know it's the right decision, but you still gotta I'm still not
I mean-
letting go easily.
How much time did they have? Like, did they really need to rush that? Like, was there?
That's the storytelling of this season. That's what I mean. Like they could have. I mean, it was like Beast referenced the virus was quick, rapidly, but like,
Yeah.
did it have to be Bishop? Strap this watch on and let's go.
Let's
Like,
go,
I don't
right.
think it was that
We gotta go
fast.
Tonight.
Yeah, and I think I do like that they said. I mean, like and that this is good storytelling, right? Like, when you're doing the initial pan inside the laboratory, and he's like, "It's coming along great, Bishop. Beast. The time band's almost ready," and it's like, "Oh, that's gonna come up later."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but like, I will say this, and again, Matt and I were talking about it a little bit. They nailed the sick baby cough. Because I don't know how you guys felt like when that kid coughed, my heart broke. And then also like when I know we're completely jumping around in the episode now, but like when Sinister put the baby in the water, I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like like there's certain things, like I don't know how you guys are, but like I couldn't watch Game of Thrones for a while. God, stupid thumbs up thing.
What is that?
I just like it's a computer that I watched. Ready?
What is going on?
I don't know, it's just like this stupid like I couldn't watch Game of Thrones for a while when they were like killing all the firstborn. I was
Oh
like,
god.
I gotta walk
Yeah.
away from this, but yeah, no, that was just one thing that I was like, wow, they really, whoever did the sound effects for the show, they really nailed that baby cough because that kid sounded sick.
Yeah. Well, one of the shows that I was gonna, just talk about just briefly on my stream is the 3 Body Problem, which is big on Netflix right now.
Yep.
And it's excellent. My wife and I crushed the season, but there is an episode that involves children that any kind of like harm, like I can't see kids
it's
getting.
tough. It's tough.
It just like devastates me. So
Yeah, I'm the same way.
yeah, so just be aware of that. Macho, see, you're our anchor, man. We were all over the place.
I came back. You came back from the future.
Okay, back. Did you save Nathan?
No.
Oh,
jeez.
you know what? I can't be a part of it.
Speaking of which,
was too
Nathan, she chose the name Nathan, right? And we were talking about this in the car
Yeah,
because
this
it
was a
finally
good
like
pickup.
hit me. Like, did she choose the name Nathan because of Nathaniel Essex?
Oh,
Like, is it a deep rooted
Yeah,
oh, okay.
implant in her memory?
that
Could
was
be. That could be.
that's crazy. Like I'm sure that
Name
I
your
feel like
son after me. You know,
right? Like also how effed up. Makes Sinister even
Wow.
more evil.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. By the way, he
No.
definitely has that just creepy, manipulative. Like he's oof. Oh, he's a bad man.
Wait, so real quick, I'm gonna jump back to episode 2 because this was something that drove me nuts. And I told Machu about this. It's like, so Jean, Cyclops, Rogue bust through the hospital doors. Doctor's like, anti-mutant. I'm not doing this with you. Screw you guys, right? Psych's like, take him out, get his powers. Cool. Delivers the baby. They pull up little baby Nathan. Now remember, anti-mutant. The hospital was anti-mutant, right? Super important. Anti-mutant. They pull up the baby, X-Men blanket. Where did the X-Men blanket come from?
Maybe
They brought-
no, but I
they
think
brought
it
it.
was I think it was the doctor. I don't know if it was like a whole hospital. I think it
But
was
so
his.
do they have X-Men blankets ready to go?
Well, I mean, they could have brought, you brought.
they had it
like,
ready. You know,
brought your
this is a baby
bag.
shower. You know, they had a baby shower.
Jean seems like
Well,
she
I want that
brings
episode,
everything.
man. I want the
She's-
baby shower episode. I want to see the origins of the blanket.
John, we've been to baby showers. There, no one wants to sit through a baby shower.
Very true.
I will look at the registry, though. I would look at the registry.
Yes, yes. I need the Summers registry. That's what
Yeah.
I need.
We've got another guest.
Matthew, quick, bring Handrock in because he's an empty chair. Where'd he go?
It's the Invisible Man.
There he is.
Yeah, I was
No
hiding. the whole
wacky
time. I
intros,
was
that's
waiting
my
to be
thing.
on. I was hiding there for like 20 minutes. What's going on,
What's
guys?
going on?
What's
How
going
are
on?
you?
Dude? Fix this up. Yeah, I was out for dinner with the wifey. So, yeah, got a little tipsy, but I'm here.
Perfect. That's the only way we should do this. Actually, I'm trying to think I failed that I don't have a drink. Matt, are you frozen again or just staying really still?
What was that?
Oh no!
Man.
Previously on Macho Toy.
Oh no! Oh no, we lost them.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. We're good. We're good.
So I do have a question that I want to ask all of you.
Wait. Sorry. How else do you think they keep the lights on in the mansion? Merchandising.
It's true.
Merchandising.
I want to hear the X-Men Christmas album.
Oh, I'm in for that.
So one part they keep coming back to this, the friendship between Morph and Wolverine. Now,
Really good.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm getting this vibe that Morph likes Wolverine more than Wolverine might.
Wait, did you think of that, or did you see that from like an article or
Oh
somewhere?
man, why don't you
No,
come back to
No,
That's-
I agree with you.
That's the
Yeah.
vibe I was getting.
Yeah.
I read
And,
that.
mean, when,
Yeah.
Oh, you
when
read
everything's
that?
when everything's
Yeah,
going to
it's
hell,
been going
right?
around.
There's that line where he goes, "Everybody knows Morph,"
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So yeah, I think there's a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair though, right? Like whatever that relationship is stronger. But I mean, Morph and Wolverine had that relationship at a very strong relationship in the first season. And Wolverine to some degree is the only one that never gave up on him, right?
Yeah.
Right.
If you think about Morph, he just turns of female, males, probably has like both.
Yep.
You know, they still haven't explained why the neutral face. But
So it sounds like
hopefully
from
they
what
get
I've
to that.
yeah, I mean, I hope they give him a little bit of an episode, but it sounds like the neutral face is his normal face, like that's what he looks like, or they look like, I guess. And then he puts on the human side just to blend in with everybody. So
They did show the Morph face for like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
I was just like, like go back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they did it when he was in the Morph face when they entered the UN, I think.
Yeah.
So,
But by the way, Jay, I'm a Team Morph. I'm on your side.
yes,
Okay. So
it's
I
a
know
good
there's
side. It's a good side.
Yeah, man. I always love the tune version, man.
Uh,
I don't know. I was definitely more of a tune than the comic, but
Yeah, and that's true, Josh. When Morph changed to the Dark
Sure.
Eyes, yeah, when they were
Yeah,
talking about Sinister for
that-
sure.
oh man,
Yeah.
that was
Yes.
also
And he did have
traumatic.
human- Oh god,
I know, right? It was deep,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a child to watch in that era, I was just like, holy crap!
man, dude.
Yeah.
He was like, Morph is a heroin addict. he got the eyes and everything. It was just like,
Oh, all right. So trying to like, let's go back a little bit to the episode, right? So you got this to the beginning of the episode because we've now jumped to like 20 minutes in. Let's go back to 2 minutes in where we see Jean laying on the couch, and Beast has brought in the mobile command unit there, or mobile medical unit. One thing that we see is the flashbacks, right? To all those key moments, but her face is kind of wiped, right? So now do you think that was, so that's where I think they tried to like trick us a little bit, like, because why would Jean have those memories with her face wiped, but yet Madeline Pryor was the one who was like diving into her? I don't know. Did that throw you guys a little bit? Did it feel like a little?
No, I just thought they were trying to keep us on our toes, keep us guessing for, again, at the pace of this show, 30 seconds of guesswork.
Yeah.
But like,
Maybe
just give us that little.
Maybe Sinister had a block, or like
That's
some
what I'm
kind of-
thinking. Or the
Yeah.
transfer of the memory, like in the cloning process and blah blah blah. Like the original, her data files got disrupted.
I mean, for 30 seconds, I thought they were rewriting what the books were doing and be like, oh, maybe she's the clone and
Mhm.
this is actually Jean. But no, they didn't. So
I wish the story, that episode, I wish it was just a little bit more
2
meat.
episodes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I wish there was more. I felt like everything was just like, which is good though, because you don't
Yeah.
want a filler.
Mhm.
Like everyone hates
Yeah.
fillers, and you just
Hate
But,
filler, yeah.
I mean,
yeah. There's
the
just
other
so many
thing-
questions.
the other thing is like, I would have loved to see Wolverine, like a better reaction from Wolverine, like a more realistic reaction. Like, there's 2 of them now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He should have been really excited. Yeah.
You're telling me there's a chance.
At least one of them.
I mean, he tried. He tried.
Honestly, I like the flow of the show, and it's less. Believe me, everyone loves Wolverine, but it's less Wolverine, and it's just
It is.
real.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a freaking nervous breakdown, but more like a child. Like, oh my god, Cyclops getting all this love. I'm like, this is exactly the way it's supposed to be. This is how it is. Dude, they've been shitting on Cyclops for 15 years, like, movies and
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
dude, this is well deserved.
He couldn't
Yeah.
land the X-Jet in the movies.
Mm.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
You call that a landing?
Yeah.
Well, he got his 15 minutes, and then we all went back to hating him, so it's good.
Whoa.
Everything's right in the world.
I didn't think he was that. Honestly, I did not hate Scott after this. I actually was like,
Yeah.
all right, they did a good job. They could have made him worse. They did a good job.
Scott died in X2. Scott, God knows what happened. He probably died again in what was the Wolverine Origins, where they took his eyes and they did science experiments or something.
Mm.
It was just like, I was like, come on, man.
Half of those movies don't count. It's okay.
I
Yeah,
know. They always use them like.
He got what you call it though. I like the why can't I think of the kid who played Cyclops in the newer X-Men?
The
Oh,
one
Oh,
from,
first class? That one?
Yeah,
Well,
he did a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, James Marsden did a great job too. I mean, he will always be Cyclops, but
Yeah.
that's the way he
and
was written, though.
yeah,
and as for the cartoons, it was just like after X-Men 92.
Ty Sheridan.
It was Wolverine. Oh no, we're doing another X-Men. It's gonna be called Wolverine and the X-Men. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh come on. I don't want to see Wolverine. I just want to see X-Men. Yeah.
One thing that I did want to bring up, and it feels like a very specific thing. It's probably very specific to the East Coast, and very specific to, like, I don't want to say the older millennials, but the older millennials. When Gene's like looking into the TVs and it's a Crazy Eddie shop. Do you guys remember the Crazy Eddie commercials?
Not
They were-
the commercials, but I do remember the name.
Oh,
The
Crazy
name,
Eddie.
yeah.
Crazy Eddie's a marketing genius, and he literally would just have commercials where he was like, "It's a Crazy Eddie crazy sale!" Like he was just one of those guys that was like shouting on TV. So my real question, this is a quiz that we'll go for a while, let the chat go. And Machi, you can't answer this because we talked about it already, but when was Crazy Eddie's Christmas sale?
Are you asking? Do you want us to know?
Yeah, I'm asking because it's good. Because
Is this a
Is this
regional
Black
thing?
Friday?
nope,
November?
nope,
July?
it's not. Nope. Yes, it was July. Crazy Eddie had a Christmas sale in July, and that was the whole thing. Like that's how you remember. It's like
Christmas in
it's
July.
great. Yeah, Christmas in July. Crazy Eddie had a sale. It was great.
Is he the one who
Right.
started that whole thing, the Christmas in July?
Might have been. It's just like one of those things. It's like if you want to look back and look at like late 80s, early 90s commercials, Crazy Eddie. It's Crazy Eddie and the claymation California Raisins. Those are like the two things. And Spud McKenzie.
And the Wiz. Nobody
And the
beats me.
So,
I think that was a
Well-
New York. I think that was like a New York.
yeah, it
like-
was a
Yeah.
very regional thing.
Yeah.
Remember, the X-Men
Yeah.
take place in New York, so
Oh,
So
yeah.
suck it, Massachusetts.
I don't remember it. So
Nobody is.
Toy Father, do you have a like regional specific mutant or superhero?
Isn't Bobby?
Oh. Bobby's from. In the movies, yeah, they were. He was from Boston, but I don't know if he is from the comics.
Yeah.
Anyone out there in the chat? Is there an X-Men from Boston? There
Or
definitely is.
Massachusetts. I'll give you Massachusetts.
I'll give you a
Massachusetts.
I'll give you a mutant, Steven Tyler.
Hey,
Wow. You both throwing shade at Steve.
No, I love Aerosmith is my favorite band of all time. I love them.
Part of the Morlock, right?
Yeah,
You're part of the
He's gotta-
Warlocks.
He's got to be a Morlock.
right for sure.
He's leading the Warlocks.
He's definitely
He's
down
leading
in
them.
the
Yeah.
Like,
he's a Morlock.
Jenny's got it.
Texas only has Blob and Forge. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mo-
really?
Well, so besides Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, those are your only mutants. Okay.
That is really crazy when you
Emma
think about
Frost is
that.
from Boston. There you go.
Is she
Okay.
Emma
really?
Frost.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
There you go.
Now, Toy Father, I got a question for you.
Go.
Since you probably have read the most comics out of all of us, which do you prefer, Jean and Cyclops, or
Oh.
Emma and Cyclops? Which
Ooh.
relationship in the comics is better?
Oh, gosh, that's rough. It's always been Jean and Cyclops for me.
Uh-huh.
There was a point more recently where Jean was gone for a significant period of time. This is after the Phoenix, and it was Scott and Emma, and it worked out. It seemed more organic. I always thought she had like mind controlled him into liking her. But I don't know. I always liked Jean better than Emma, and I always thought Jean was more powerful than Emma. So
Yeah.
So you think she mind controlled him? It wasn't the like.
no, she didn't.
Okay.
But there were parts. There was part. I think there was a part in.
I like that.
It wasn't like she didn't just show up and he was like yabbo. Meanwhile, Jean's over here.
But that also
yeah.
that feeds into the whole like Cyclops is a jerk thing too.
Yeah.
Like it just surmounts everything.
Well, because in the comic, in what was it? Astonishing, right?
Yeah.
One of the opening scenes was
Shout out to Dan's Toy
Wolverine.
Art.
Enhance. Zoom in a little
For-
bit here.
For breaking out the original Madeline Pryor figure.
which we could have gotten.
Oh man,
Oh, it's so good. Am I really trying to zoom here or no?
No.
you're good.
My
all
sister
see it.
says
You would've
Carol
done it
Danvers
already
was
if you
from
could've,
Boston.
I guess.
In Hans.
Is she?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, Carol Danvers. Okay. Yeah. So you go. You guys you got all the strong women. That makes sense. All right.
Machu,
Anywho.
do you prefer Emma or Jean to Scott?
I prefer Jean with Scott also more because I did grow up watching more of the cartoon, but I did read some of the comics. But I felt like you have read more comics than I have.
Right now, Emma and Tony Stark are married.
Really?
Right,
Jesus.
yeah.
Wow. That's interesting. That's a power couple right there.
So
And it's Tony Stark, not his weird brother. I remember that
No,
article.
it's Tony Stark.
storyline. That was weird for a while.
So I got in late here, but did you
Okay.
guys talk about?
We're only 3 minutes into the episode. So don't worry.
Okay.
We talked
We
about
talked-
Cyclops leaving.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
What about in the show '97?
Yeah.
Jean Grey. What do you think? You think she's gonna go like because this is the new Jean Grey, right? This is the Jean Grey that just walked in, right? In the
Yep.
end of the episode.
It's the original. Yeah.
original,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they already have the kid, right? So is she gonna like go back to Scott or go to Logan? What do you think?
She did see that side of Logan, right? Which to me is like, then Madeline Pryor shouldn't have left, because then Jean could have
Yeah.
just went to Logan,
Right.
right?
Right, yeah.
Well,
And that's the only thing that was killing me about that episode. I was just like, I want to know what Logan feels like. Oh, wait a minute, it's 2 Jean Greys. Oh, it's more, Scott's with this one.
Yeah.
the other Jean, right?
Can I also just point out that we're just 5 grown dudes talking about the soap opera
Yeah, dude.
element
I know.
100%. 100%.
But dude,
of
that was
the X-Men.
that was the good thing about it, man.
So I
Yeah.
think we're getting Emma Frost in this season. If I'm
In this
if I'm
season?
correct, in this season.
Okay.
So my thoughts are that Jean is going towards Wolverine
Okay.
and Scott will find Emma, I guess.
Interesting.
But this is still messed up because, like, he had what seemed to be, at least in the first 2 episodes, and then again, because it's a continuation, they were in a healthy place. You know? Like, even though she's, like, I would get that would be upsetting. For anybody, the person to really be upset would be original Gene. But in terms of Scott,
Yeah.
he had a
ba-
baby with her.
Yeah.
Like, they've been together. Like, a baby doesn't happen overnight. Like, they've had so much time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's super screwed up. It's super screwed up.
It's screwed up.
That is true.
And I don't think the original Gene who's in, I don't think that's gonna work out. There's no way.
How could that? For her at this point, I would just say, like, I know you didn't intend, like, you didn't know it wasn't me, but you did in fact have this other family and child. Like, I just can't. And she looks like she's me. It's messed up.
They do, don't they address that too? Because they say we don't know when we were switched, right?
Right.
We don't know if who was the
Nobody
Phoenix or when this happened.
Mm.
So that whole time, like you're saying, like he had a lot of time with Madeline. So I mean, to some degree, right? Like, it's crazy that Madeline was able to just pick up and go. Also, since we've been jumping around, I absolutely hated, but it was so on brand for X-Men, where she was like, "Where are you gonna go?" And I think she calls her Jean or something, and she goes, "Call me Madeline Pryor." Where did that come from? Like, she just like totally like, like what, like. There was no setup to that. She just immediately knew that she was this cat. Like, I don't know. It bothered me.
That's just very, X-Men 92.
Yeah.
Just like,
Well, even the call me the Goblin Queen. Like,
yeah.
Like, you could have went with a lot of names there in that one moment.
That's
Like,
why we needed Morph. That's where we needed Morph to go. Goblin?
Yeah.
Speaking of clone, man, it's like, hey.
Yeah.
That's like Toy Father. Look at Toy Father. Stand up.
Oh my God, you're holding Toy Father.
Yeah. Put Toy Father down. you monster. All right. Speaking of monsters and clones, so we get this weird thing, right, where Jean goes up to take care of the baby, or I don't know, what are we calling it? We're calling her Madeline.
Yeah.
Madeline goes up to take care of the baby. The scariest thing that could ever happen, where someone starts talking through your baby monitor.
Yeah.
And I don't know if any of you have baby monitors set up anymore. But if I did have a baby monitor set up, it would have been unplugged that night. I will tell you that. And they and that's kind of like that whole scene right there, which was good. And they did this really cool thing, just from like a cinematic standpoint, where Jean like throws a picture or something towards the camera and the glass shatters. And it looks like the lens cracked, but then it like turns around. Like, I thought it was from a cinema. Like, I was like, that's really cool. But then like that whole baby talking thing with the lightning and Sinister making an appearance, like that really set the tone for what the rest of the episode was going to be in this kind of like Sam Raimi horror style to some bound.
Yeah.
Oh. And also, if you notice, the wedding picture is a direct. They took it from the comic. That was the comic cover.
Yeah,
and they redid it in their style, which is really cool.
Yeah, and there's a couple other pictures that are up too, right? Like, isn't there? Because I think somebody even brought up that they kind of mucked with the. I can't think of the word. They mucked with like the universe, because there's the original X-Men are shown there, but yet they meet.
No,
they meet Angel later on.
Oh right, do they meet? Oh yeah, they do meet.
There's a whole episode.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Warren Worthington. Yeah. So,
I'm sure they had
it could easily be explained away, right? Like, that's his father or something like that. But like, it was just in, like.
But at the same time, the first episode is supposed to be right after that last episode of X-Men, but Xavier goes away to space with the Shi'ar Empire.
Yeah.
But in the first episode, they like don't mention that whatsoever, and they just say that he's dead.
They never said he's dead.
Oh no,
they said he's gone.
He's gone.
And then they have his death certificate in this episode.
Yeah.
I thought
they do have it. They faked his death, but they never say he's actually dead.
Okay.
He gets taken. I thought his body got taken up to space.
Yeah,
thought
they,
changed the story on that.
I thought
Yeah.
he died and then they took him, or he was brain
Mhm.
dead or something. It wasn't.
Well, no, it was. I
It wasn't that
went
he,
back to watch
went
that.
on an adventure. Yeah.
Yeah.
didn't they take him to cure him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
like, thank you for calling. This is the only play. You're right. I can
Yeah.
only be the one to save him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just a
Thank
cover.
you
I
for
think.
calling GR Empire. How may we help you? Medical, please.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I think it's for sure a cover up of like it was easier, I guess, at that point to
Yeah.
we're just gonna run with this lie for everyone.
Yeah.
I really liked in that horror scene where Gambit is seeing Rogue and Magneto together. Really hinted at their romance in the Savage
Mhm.
Land, which was really
Yeah.
nice. Like,
Mhm.
really nice touch right there.
Yeah.
In the last episode, what did morph into? I forgot. I saw the episode like
Oh,
Colossus,
Colossus'
Psylocke.
sister.
Oh,
Magic. Right?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Magic.
yep.
yeah. I was confused. I was like, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Look it
Yeah.
up. Look it up.
Yeah.
Ilyana Rasputin, right?
Mhm.
That's her name.
That's who
Yep.
that was.
It's,
Okay.
it's like every episode they're just
I
gonna
love
have
it.
like morph just random, just like
Love it.
crazy characters.
He's definitely there to sell Marvel Legends. Of
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
characters.
I have passed on was her name Spiral, right? And
Yeah.
then and I'm
yes.
like, why didn't I buy that figure? I know it's a good one, but why did I? Oh, now I want it just because of that
Oh my God.
2 seconds.
They should start marketing re-releases as Morph as.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like Morph as Spiral, right? It's like, oh,
Yes.
not a re-release, it's Morph as Spiral.
You know what would be even funnier is if they did the VHS box, but it's a blind box.
It's for Morph.
Oh man,
You don't know which character you're getting.
that would be funny.
It's a great idea.
Oh God.
Now were all the stuff that like Josh is mentioning and Clint, like just like the fact like again that we all said like those horrific scenes. Was there any physical damage done to the mansion? That's what I think of as a homeowner. I'm like, or was that just all in their head? I'm like, oh no, they're gonna break the TV. Oh no, they're gonna.
See, that's the thing that I wasn't sure of, because it's
Okay.
like if she's doing like reality warping power like abilities, what's stopping her from making everybody think that they're all demons and they attack each other instead?
About 7 more episodes.
Right.
I think
Fair.
it was reality warping though, right? Because doesn't when Rogue comes in, like you actually see them get lifted up and it like levels out into the mansion.
Well, Rogue comes in after everything's done.
Yeah, but I think they get there's like this whole thing where they get leveled out, because remember, like the pits all open up
Yeah.
and they all kind of go down.
That's right. Yeah.
And I feel like the things lift up, and that's where it kind of felt like it wasn't like just the battle wasn't in their head. It was all what's it call it? Oh no, it's Jean. Jean comes in to save them. The actual,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Honestly, I'm glad it didn't come out as an outcome like in old Logan on the comic books, where he just kills everyone because he's just like he thinks everybody's a villain.
Mm.
Yeah.
That would have been too dark. That would have been really dark.
We got the Viking, the evil looking Viking Sentinel too. That's right. Where was that exclusive head?
He looked like what's his name?
Oh,
That
from
big
Thor.
figure. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't
What's his
remember
name? I can't think of his name.
It's too late.
So I had another
Shredder.
question. Josh
Shredder.
Brown talked about Bishop blasting Cyclops' optic blast out of his body.
Mhm.
Why
Yeah.
couldn't Cyclops just do the same thing?
It can only
I
go in
think
one direction. Like, can only go in one direction.
Well, I also think that because like Bishop also amplifies the energy that he takes in.
Right.
Okay.
That was a
you-
badass scene. That was a
Like,
badass
he's,
moment.
like,
Badass.
he's doing,
Yeah.
he's like double fisting, but still even more power.
Got it.
Yeah.
and he can actually see what he's doing. It's just
Yeah. Bishop has 2 arms.
Nice, Josh.
Cyclops has 2 eyes. If he would just
Yeah.
get like he should get
And he-
monocles.
if he cross-eyed, if he went cross-eyed, you'd be like, yeah.
No, that was an epic scene. That was an epic
Oh,
moment.
Also, when Beast was asking a little help here, Wolverine is in the middle of fighting, and Bishop just grabs him by the scruff.
Yes.
And he's just like, what? He just
lifts him up like...
there's like a good 2 frames where he's just like,
It's so good.
it's like a furball special.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even a speedball special. It's a furball special.
Fastball special.
A fastball furball special. Oh my god. Oh man. Were the like weird demon things, were they a reference to anything other than Beast making the Jabberwock?
Yeah, did it?
Yeah, I didn't. What was that?
I don't know, but it made me debate on getting a bunch of
Those D13 demons.
no, well that too, but now that I think about that, yeah. But I was thinking of gargoyles figures.
Oh yeah, true.
What about the elevator scene when Beast is like, "Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
that one"? I have no idea. I don't know who that reference. You guys know? Chat? Anyone?
No,
Yeah, I didn't
I
know
don't
that.
know.
There is this one shot. I was on the I was looking at a couple of photos on Instagram. Somebody actually did that shot with Beast, and they're staring at the elevator. But I forgot the name. But damn, it's a really good shot, just like the cartoon.
Oh, that's cool.
Also, Jubilee's use of her powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you actually saw, like, it splits the thing that comes out of the TV in half. Like,
Yeah.
you saw the brains and everything.
Yeah. I mean, like we've always known she shoots fireworks, right? Like
Yeah.
that's, and then
But it always
know-
seemed like sparklers, right? But
right, it felt like sparkling, but this
Sure.
felt like Justin Tuck.
yeah.
For any giant fan references.
He's like,
He's totally caught off guard by this too.
He's literally grabbing him by the
Yeah.
scruff.
And you're right. There was like 2 frames. Look at him. He just gets pulled out and it just launched. Sorry, I know we don't want to get in trouble, but that was too good not to show.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was funny.
So
Yeah.
where do they go now? So what's the next? Like, I mean, I know there's still a little bit more like we could dissect into the episode, but like,
Yeah.
as a story arc, do we revisit? Like, do we touch on that preview, John, of episode 4? Just like the little elevator pitch. Chris, this is an elevator pitch.
I can.
Okay, go ahead.
continue, right?
That's it. I'm taking notes.
So, quick synopsis. It says, on her birthday, a nostalgic Jubilee is forced to relive the X-Men's greatest adventures when an entertainment system transports her into a 16-bit video game. So we're clearly
Mojo
God.
Oh,
World.
Lord.
abusing us in terms of like nostalgia here, right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
they're gonna go back into all the things. They're gonna go back into, retro video games, which is amazing. Matt, you said this too, that we're gonna get Mojo World is gonna come back. I thought for sure we were gonna just jump. We were just gonna keep going. Like I actually thought Nathan was gonna be the the thread that we follow, but
Mm.
I guess we're just gonna forget about this kid like Cyclops. So
No, Cable's coming back.
Yeah.
Cable's definitely
Cable-
coming
yeah,
back.
they did the drawing and everything.
Yeah. He's come back.
yeah, I mean, I
So-
figured he was gonna come back. So the question was just like, are we gonna see Bishop raising a little Cable, or like is it gonna be something else? But now we're just gonna jump. But it sounds like, just based off of the description, and like I said, the episode is called Motendo, which
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
God,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
might as
They-
well be.
dude,
That might as well
yes.
be.
that's what the episode is called?
The episode's called Motendo, so that's
Okay.
Man,
really
I hope
There it is.
Nintendo doesn't go after them, man.
no MOT. No,
Nintendo, man.
yeah, but it's called Motendo / Life Death Part 1, and then like I said, episode 6 is Life Death Part 2. So it looks like we're gonna get a little bit. We're gonna follow Jubilee, probably go down, a bunch of the previous episodes from, when we were watching X-Men back in the day,
Mhm.
and then it'll touch a little bit on Storm, just like, which we didn't talk
Yeah,
about yet. This episode
Yeah.
had just a little bit of a hint of, an
MCU
Storm.
post credit
MCU
scene.
cameo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So about that, like where it showed that post-credit scene with Forge, okay? So spoilers, everyone. But then Bishop also talks about knowing someone in the future that can make a lot of
Yeah.
weapons, which I thought he was talking about Forge.
He is
Same.
talking
He
about
definitely
Forge.
was.
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely is. Yeah.
So this is just the same Forge, but
It's the same
really-
Forge.
he's really. How far in the future did they jump?
So for Bishop, it's 2055.
Okay.
But for Cable, in the original show, he was 39.99.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
so it was
boy.
really far.
But he was jumping back, right? Like he was Cable. Jeez, I keep doing that.
I don't really know. Because then like I think another episode they go back to that same time and he has a son that's like a teenager.
Oh.
Right?
Cable does.
Yeah.
That's right. He does.
He has
That's
a
right.
son that's like a teenager.
Oh, that's
Man.
right.
Yeah.
That's the reason for the cure, right? He was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I've only ever just chalked up Bishop and Cable to be like future guys.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So one is further. So Cable is
Because-
supposed to be further into the
Okay.
future.
Okay.
Because even
So-
if Forge is in his 20s in this episode, right? We're still looking at like 60 years into the future, so he's 80 something years old. However, we don't, his mutant ability and his, could
Yeah,
be
that's
kind, he could change it up. He knows how to slow down his, he also makes himself a little cybernetic. So
Yeah.
there's certainly a way around that.
But he also says he knew Charles.
Yeah, but
Time jumping, right?
Well,
Maybe.
Yeah.
time jumping, and also he met Charles at a convention. I don't know, like
A mutant convention.
a mutant convention.
Back to that Motendo, and you said 16-bit.
Yeah.
Do you think they would make any reference to the X-Men video game 16-bit?
For
Oh,
Ge-
that-
Genesis.
From Genesis?
Sega
Oh my
Genesis.
god.
I love that
yeah.
game
hope
so
so. I hope
much.
That game was
I hope so.
awesome.
I
love
used to
it
put the
too.
cheat code in and just crush it.
Oh, that's why. That's why you loved it, because
Is it
that game
cheat
was
code?
hard as
Oh, yeah.
hell.
Game was hard.
Yeah.
It was super.
No,
hard.
as soon as I learned from whatever the thing before, I forget what it was, but up down
Game
down.
Genie.
Yeah.
No, it was like and then you had to press it going
This was
in.
before Game Facts, right?
Yeah, like I had I think I had one like code book and it was
Sure.
in there.
For the people in the chat, like I don't know if Cap Lives is watching because he's the youngest one in the chat usually. Game Facts was a place that we used to go to find
Oh, boy.
codes.
But this was
Or you
before
gotta go-
that.
Or you had to
Yeah.
go buy the book. Or you
The
get
book. That's what I'm saying. I had the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But that was I love that because then you could spam all the mutant powers. You could call
I
in
didn't know
Rogue
that.
whenever you wanted, or it was awesome.
That's Savage, the Savage World board.
Me and my
that
base
board
boy
was-
just co-op, man, just doing it.
Damn.
My sister was trash at that game.
They are coming
Who's
out
your-
with a Marvel game that's more like what is it? Overwatch?
Oh yes, I saw that.
really?
It,
Yeah,
it looks
I gotta look
very,
into it more.
very anime. It's very Overwatch.
Yeah,
in-
very anime-ish.
Yeah, yeah.
We didn't even talk about the scene in the church.
The Sailor Moon dress up scene, that one? Or
Well, she already changed her costume.
oh
You're talking about when she whipped Magneto's butt?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it was fast, and you
Yes.
don't soak in the moment, and you're like,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
it
what
is also pretty amazing too. Like when we were growing up, there was such a restriction on violence and stuff in
Right,
these
we-
shows, right?
Mhm.
Like we couldn't, like the Ninja Turtles couldn't use their weapons on humans, or towards the end, barely at all. And now we like get that scene, and you're like, holy crap,
Yeah.
right?
The
And I
ref-
yeah.
the reference to what was it the Sharon Stone scene?
Oh
Yeah.
god, yeah.
Yeah.
But I also expected Magneto when he like wipes or one of them wipes their lip, and I was waiting for the no one makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
No,
there's
that-
a lot of blood in this episode.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was so funny. Like, it's showing Magneto getting like just a couple nick, and then next time you see him, he's just shirtless on the ground.
Because she
I
makes
know.
everything just crash on him.
Yeah.
But
it's like-
people get naked in this.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
But it's also funny, like she was saying, like a villain playing dress up as a hero, and then like I should have you as a toy, right?
Mm.
And I'm like, I immediately grabbed the Magneto figure off my desk when I was
Yeah.
watching. I'm like, oh,
I do want to get that figure now because of how great it's like
You
I
just
just-
need to get all of them.
I just
know.
ordered it.
Did you?
Can't rip his clothes off.
Yeah.
Just know that. So yeah.
Yeah, some of them are. I think the hardest one to find right now is Wolverine, right? But a lot of
Yeah.
them are on Amazon for like $23 at the moment.
Is Jean worth it? Should I get
Yes.
Jean?
I gotta
Yeah.
get Jane. I gotta get
I
Jane.
really dislike the VHS Gene so much
Yeah.
that, and Matt, this one is easier to pose and stand. Like she's not so top heavy head wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had such a so. Hey guys, everybody, like we we're doing another little collab thing, and yeah, I took my shot, and that she knocked over that setup. I would say 3 or 4 times.
They're all gummy, man. All that VHS cassette, they were just so gummy. Wolverine's gummy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The only thing I could probably say that was the best figure was Cyclops because it was the first time that it was in that buck, right?
Yeah, that
I
new
don't-
buck.
I don't think he was gummy though.
He wasn't. He wasn't.
He wasn't, right?
Yeah.
All of them, like Wolverine. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, this is good. Good Wolverine.
Because Wolverine
So,
still had pins.
When I
Yeah.
got him out of the VHS cassette, like mind you, it's vanilla pose, right?
Yeah.
His arms were like this.
Warped.
The legs were in.
Yeah.
and the claws were like spaghetti.
Yeah. So like,
So that's interesting because mine wasn't that bad. Like my Wolverine is solid, like it does, but that Jean is not great. She's gummy. Just that big head, the worst.
And did anybody get the Nightcrawler?
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like him.
Good, right? Worth it, right?
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. I mean,
I
he's my
think
only like
that's-
that. I would. He was somebody that like they haven't put out a new Nightcrawler in 4+ years, so that was like my only opportunity. I was just like, yep, and he's great, and he's awesome.
The
I mean, I
only
have the other one. The
which one? The
the first one with the
yeah.
3 head sculpts.
That was still
Well,
good.
But that was
Yeah.
from like how many years ago? I'm saying that's more than 4 years.
It still has pins. So
Yeah,
the
that
new
one.
Nightcrawler is
Yeah, that one.
sculpted.
This,
The new Nightcrawler has the sculpted gloves and the boot.
this figure
Okay.
came with a sword, 3 heads, extra
And I think the tail is
hands,
better in the newer
the
one.
tail.
Are you okay?
It's amazing.
Yeah. I think the only figure that I didn't get from them was Gambit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I want that one now because now
This
I'm
might be
so-
my shot. This might be my shot now for the collab.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
The throw.
yeah, yes. Do it.
Can you send me your final picture so that way I can just Photoshop the eyes?
Yeah.
So it's like-
he's like
wide
he's
circles?
yeah.
yeah. I could probably do it too. But yeah, I can send it to you. I mean, you know what? Honestly, I had a whole different shot lined up.
That's genius. I love it.
It's funny.
That is a good question. How come Goblin Queen and the Jean aren't the same size? I don't think they are.
Well, she's.
I think
is
she's
Goblin
also
Queen
wearing
heels. Yeah.
She's wearing heels and she has a corset on, right?
Yeah, that makes her taller because it sucks everything in. So.
Yeah.
That's true. Do you guys think Magneto lost that fight because he went PG? Kind of like I'm with the X-Men. I can't kill. Like, do you think
What?
No, he
You
got
think
his ass
He
kicked.
got pwned. Yeah, he
Yeah.
got murked.
he got yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, he could just stop the iron. He can move the iron in your blood, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't need to use the iron, the metal in the glass.
Mhm.
But like, Jean could also do the same thing, like an instant kill.
Yeah.
He's like, I could do more than just metals, basically.
Yeah.
Right? That's what she did say that, right?
Yeah.
Clintastic
Yeah.
also brings up a good point. Goblin Queen just had a baby, and she was able to like,
Yeah.
whoop ass, and
Yeah.
you know she didn't have no healing factor.
That's true.
It's very
Oh, here we
true.
got a question from Messi. If you could choose any other brand to tackle the 97 character designs, which brand would you choose? I would choose Mezco.
That's a good
Of
call.
course,
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
he got my
Yeah.
answer.
You got to choose Mezco and $100 a figure for the X-Men.
Yep.
I would do Mayfex.
You know what? They
Just
need
saying.
it because the Mexico-fied version of X-Men. All right, that's cool, but man, I would love to see them do a cartoon.
I'm gonna go NECA, and I'm gonna go NECA because of the way that they did the humans in the Gargoyle figures.
Yeah, that is
Because
pretty
I think
dope.
they're the right style.
I tell you, I'm sorry, I forgot his name, but the villain in Gargoyles, what's his name? The guy with the suit.
I can't believe you just offended this fictional person.
I know. Lex Luthor. I call him the Lex Luthor of Gargoyles.
He is the Lex Luthor of Gargoyles.
Yeah. I love his suit on that figure, but man, this Tombstone suit.
Oh
yeah.
God
took
damn
the
it.
cake, man. It took.
You just
Henrock gets
reminded
everything.
me.
Henrock is everything.
man,
This suit, man.
Diggs Figs, I do have that arcade.
Ooh,
Open it.
Open it.
I'm
Open it.
saving it
Rip
for
into
tomorrow.
it.
I'm saving it for
You-
tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Dude, it's a good suit.
Are you gonna cut open the jacket? That's what I had to do on Jigsaw. I enjoyed Jigsaw far more when I did that, and Nick Fury.
Or you just open. You're saying that.
Yeah, just like the little.
I
right
don't
down.
know. I like it.
He's just
Thank you.
imposing enough as he is, just like because he might not need it. Like Jigsaw, I felt like I needed to get him imposed around a little bit more.
The double elbows is really good, and you can just do all those poses of where he's like, my head hurts. You know, he could cover his face. It's so good. Like you can't do that. Like most suited bodies. Look at that.
Yeah,
Rick Jones says he would choose Jada Toys for the X-Men.
that'd be good too.
I would probably choose Jada Toys because like they would make the whole team, right? And I get that's
Yeah.
affordable,
Sure.
right?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But also I would probably go with Gucci.
Oh. Yeah, instead of like their own anime style, going more of like just give
More-
us the actual animation.
The actual
Yeah.
I would do Mofex. They just do great comic book ones, and I know they just nail the.
To an
97,
extent,
so.
I think that's debatable now.
Yeah.
You don't think? Well, okay. I'm not impressed with their Daredevil or their
Spider-Man
Ooh.
2099.
This is a good one. Ender said, "Be cool if Mondo just made them 1/12th.
Oh,
That'd be really
Yeah.
cool."
yeah.
Yeah,
Those are
fantastic.
nice.
NECA.
that would just basically be NECA, though, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Basically the same feel.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, it's true. So, all right. Well, that was previously on X-Men.
Did you speaking of Mondo, did you open up the Batmans?
I did not open the Batmans.
Batmans.
This is an X-Men show, not a Batman show.
Yeah, come on, Henny, pay attention.
Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna
We
say
know you were
'cause
late, but
well, you know, because I'm gonna just mention I'm gonna dip because I love you guys, as you know, and this is a blast. But I
we're
went
winding
far longer than my 30 minutes. Like, I just got a long day of family and driving around the state. So
we don't have family.
no,
fam. Yeah, no, but
you guys are family, but you know, what I mean. I got to get up early.
Are you guys doing Vin Diesel?
Wrapping up. Yeah.
Easter bunnies come. All right.
Yeah, we're all
Sorry,
wrapped.
that'll
We're
stop.
wrapped up.
Then I'm not gonna run away.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't want to like. If you guys wanted to keep chilling, that's what I mean. I didn't want to like impose.
We gotta get Henrock back on this train because he's like, what about Batman? It's like, I don't know. Just
Yeah, I wanted to know if he opened up his Batman that he recently.
No, not yet. Maybe I'll open it tomorrow on Yimbo's stream.
That's what I was about to. Yeah.
There you
There we go. That would be fun.
Yeah. So we can go continue this on Yimbo's stream tomorrow as we try to come down from our sugar high of eating chocolate Easter bunnies all day long. So, and Starburst jelly beans. That's my favorite. So
I keep
Oh,
forgetting
those
to
are
buy
good.
those.
yeah.
All right, you want to do
Cool.
plugs? We'll start with Henrock. Work our way around.
Henrock will be at every Target regionally. So.
Can you read Clint? Hackett?
Yes, fantastic. Yimbo abandoning us like Cyclops. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't be a part of this. I got family. All right, Yimbo, relax.
That was a good one.
I was going Clint.
In my face. That was good. Ooh.
Hey, where you gonna be? Where can we find you?
You can find me in Instagram, Facebook, which I just started, and I only have like a couple of followers. So I just started that. So you can find me there and Instagram. Nowhere else.
He
That's
just started
everyone.
Facebook. Welcome
Yeah.
to 2018. 2008, right?
I
2008.
just started his Facebook, man.
You can also, you can
Well,
also
his favorite show is X-Men 97.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
Just-
yeah.
Checks out.
I had Facebook. It's just that I was like 10 years ago. And
Yeah.
apparently the Facebook groups are great to be around, so the community is great there. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, find me there, Henrock 1_12.
And
Next.
in the toy aisle of every Target in the 50-mile radius. So,
Yeah, man.
no. Toy Father?
You can find me on Instagram, toy.father. We got Toy Talk on Monday. We're just gonna be hanging out with Clintastic, Unworthy, Collector, Toy Addict 17, and Cox Grape. And on Wednesday, we got the TPC Top 10 with my boy Yimbo and No Chewing. We have, can we say our guest?
Sure.
Yeah, you can.
No, I'm talking to Yimbo.
Oh.
I don't
Oh.
know. I feel like this is the one that Chewie wanted to. He was keeping tight to the vest, right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
mystery guest.
This is we're just letting you guys know that if you haven't checked out the Toy Pick community over on, like, we've been just like these guys over at Between Two Sentinels, like, we've been interviewing so many amazing people from the community, and yeah, we have it's a good show lined up. It's a good show.
Go check out our last one with
Spira.
Spira Toys. with
Yeah, I
Jason
missed
and
it.
Adam. That was a lot of fun. Missed you, Yimbo, but that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, but you
So-
wanna come on our show this week?
Yeah, you can go to our show.
Because they're
Hang
our
with us.
guests this week.
Oh, nice. All right, maybe I'll just pop in and
nice.
say hi. Because I know those guys. I actually said afterwards, I'm like, oh, I'm so sad I missed you. But parent-teacher conferences are a son of the thing. That was the
Yeah.
thing. That was the thing I had to do.
Well, because of that show, I bought like 4 or 5 figures, so that was great.
Only 4?
Yeah.
Only
Did you see their
4.
side note?
Probably
Their Kickstarter
5.
is like through the roof. It's like 225. It was like massive.
Yeah,
It's massive,
yeah.
this wave. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh. All right, Yimbo?
Oh, well, yeah, Toy Pick community on Wednesdays. We follow up you guys, and then Sunday nights at 8 p.m. on my channel, and of course it's like Yimbo and the Super Friends. So we'll see who's showing up tomorrow. It should be fun. Maybe we'll see some Mondo bats.
I think I'll be on,
Maybe?
Yimbo.
What's up?
Yeah.
I think I'll try to make it on.
Do it. You should.
Yeah.
Machu,
Just
you got
keep-
anything going on besides? Oh, sorry, Yimbo, I didn't really cut you off.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, you could find me on this channel, on Instagram. I'll probably be on Yimbo's channel tomorrow. Hanging out with my buddy to this way. J-Shot on Wednesdays.
Fist bump.
And then fist bump. And then I will be going to Canada this Thursday
Nice.
for Toying Around ToyCon. That's on
awesome.
Sunday
Oh, nice.
Cool.
In Toronto?
in Toronto.
Toronto.
Hitting up a Toys R Us.
Are you taking Porter? Porter Airlines is excellent.
Is
What
it?
is
I'm
Porter?
taking.
Yeah. Porter, I don't, they have their own. You land right, like kind of like on an island in Toronto. Then you have to take a ferry from Porter into mainland.
That seems like a lot of work.
Canada. It's actually it's really quick, and Porter's actually they're really nice.
You
airline.
land on
No,
an
I'm ta- I'm
island, you got to
taking
take a
United.
boat. Yeah. Next thing you know, you're lost.
It's real quick.
So, talk about other shows from the early 2000s. Cool. I, of course, am J-Shot, and you can find me right here, hanging with Matt and all these guys. Or
Ooh.
you can catch me every Wednesday. Oh,
And you could catch the two of you guys and Toy Father and probably Henrock at some point recently, featured on the Mezco fan blog,
Oh,
gentlemen.
yeah.
That was so great. That was amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you.
Dude.
so
Yeah, no,
you guys
yeah,
got to check.
I was not, but yes.
No, but you were Toy Father on their Instagram page was featured last Tuesday, right? It was the Wacky
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got a single shout out. You got a solo
Yeah,
shout
man.
out. The rest of us had a
Yeah,
shout
Yeah,
out.
we have to share a post.
Yeah, sure.
But again, that was awesome. So yeah, shout out to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shout out.
But yeah, you catch me every Wednesday. I'm the guy telling you what day of the week it is when it's the middle of the week. Just me and a camel. That's we're gonna go down in Wednesday history. So other than that, I guess that's it. I'm not going to Canada. I'm going to Florida for work. So we'll have a stream this week, and then we might have a stream the following week. I don't know what's gonna happen. So we'll see.
We might.
Might. I don't know. We'll see. It's a crapshoot. Who knows?
Don't
That's
forget that
it.
like button. Hit that like
Yeah,
button.
hit that
Hit
like,
that
hit
like
that
button.
thumbs.
Smash.
Do
We'll
I?
see
Do I?
you.
Smash.
We'll see you.
Do I?
See.
Q.
We'll see you next time on
Womp, 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 womp.
Previously on
Beep,
X-Men.
beep, beep, beep.